approaching in the first round. Is there, when you're the higher seed, is there something different?
You know what? You can take that seed and stick it in a black hefty bag and throw it in the Canadian River. Seeds mean nothing. I don't even know why they seed teams. You know, we're all the same. Virginia and Villanova, those top teams, are different because they're better than everybody else probably. But because of parity, how do you know? I just watched San Diego State on film for the first time. And they're good enough to win our league. So they could be a 3 seed. They could be a 4 seed. Sometimes it's because of conference you come in. Sometimes it's because of unfamiliarity. But that team starts. I'm quoting coaches from that league. A lottery pick in Pope. Malik Pope is 6'11". And then they have a 4-man that's also 6'11" and has 76 offensive rebounds. The most we have is a guy. Our 6'5" guys has 56. So, you know, the seed thing gets people. They say, well, 6 should beat 11. I remember one year we were a 13 seed and Arizona was a 4 seed. We beat Arizona. And it's not that we were better than them. We were just a hard matchup for them. You know, had they played somebody else and won that first game, they might have went to the Final Four. They had Jason Terry, Richard Jefferson. That was a great Arizona team we beat. But that was a matchup problem for them. I had Eduardo Najera, who was a 32nd, 33rd pick. I had Ryan Humphrey, who was a first-round pick. So I think one word in college basketball is parity. And the thing people get tripped up by that don't understand the bigger picture of this thing is somebody's seed. 1 and 2 seeds are probably about right, but after that, everybody's about the same.
That being said, how do you make sure your team's ready to go in this first game?
No different. You know, it's a 94-foot slab of rectangular wood, right? There's 2 10-foot baskets. There's a ball with 9 pounds of air in it. And it's our next game. If you treat it any different, you're doing them a disservice.
How does it feel knowing that you got your age? I mean,
that is a bigger story. Not how do you get ready for a game. I mean, we've done this 30, what's our record?
26-7.
Yeah, so this is our 34th game. We'll get ready for this game like we did the other 33. But the bigger story is, you know, for me, I just remember cross-eyed sitting in our coaches meetings in April of or May of 2014, cross-eyed, worried about signing players. Are we going to have enough? We had to get a roster. I had people ask me, how's the team going to be? I said, we don't even have a team. We've got to go get one. This was in May. So when I go back to May of 2014 to March of 2018, we come within a shot of cutting down nets to win American Conference Championship. 26-7, ranked in the top 25 in the nation. Here we are in the NCAA Tournament. Are you kidding me? That's a hell of a story, isn't it? I'm really, really proud of this team. Maybe more so than because of, you know, this wasn't a rebuild now. Rebuild is what maybe Frank Haith took over at Tulsa because he had all 5 starters coming back that year. This was a build. I mean, this was rock bottom and starting over. And for us to get here, I think it's a great story, and the kind of kids that we've built this program with, that they've been able to accomplish that this year. It's been a great year. Regardless of what happens, this has been a great, great year for Cougar basketball, and more importantly, the future looks really good.
Kelvin, sometimes there's when you're getting everything going, there's one move that sets the dominoes in
Yeah.
place. Was there what was that move? Was there one in particular that set things in motion?
Joseph, you've probably asked me the course of 4 years. I'm gonna guess 100 to 300 questions. That's the best one you've ever asked.
Wow, I need to.
I mean,
Where are my betting
seriously, that's a great question. You know, some of these mundane questions, but that one there is key, because there always is. Like at Washington State, I signed a kid named Benny Seltzer. he was responsible for us turning that Washington State program around. That was huge. I would say here it was when J. Rod Stiggers came in the office that day and signed a contract to play professionally, and we had to scurry around for a 2-guard, and we weren't stable then. We were still kind of on a floating foundation, if you will. We didn't have our stuff down in cement yet. Going out to get Rob, because I knew how good he was. Devontae Pollard, finding him in May 20th. The last day you could sign a letter of intent was May 21st, maybe on May 20th. It was either 21st or 20th, 21st, and we signed him either that day or the day before. Because Devontae gave us a chance that first year. If we didn't get him, that record could have easily been, what were we, 13-19? 32 games, we could have been 10-22, we could have been 7-25. Those guys buoyed us. We weren't, that was our first year out of the chute and just trying to build a program, not win games. I could have cared less about how many games we won that first year. We just had to get a team going. But Devontae was key. And then right after that, we got Rob. Another key was our first Houston kid, difference maker, was Galen. I thought that was important, getting a Houston kid that had credibility, because I think he led us to some more Houston kids. And we said from day one we were going to build this program inside out, and we were going to start with Houston kids. But that led us, if we don't get Galen, I don't think that maybe we don't get Fabian White or Cedric Alley Jr. or Chris Harris. Wes Van Beck, looking back, was kind of a throw-in. It's like walking out of the grocery store and you look over and say, "Hey, there's a bag of M&Ms. Let's grab that." Wes was my M&Ms. And then didn't realize he was going to become a foundation piece. So that's a great question. It really is. I don't know if there's one. I'd say that all those combined were important. But now that we're a top 25 team, 26-7, playing in the American Conference Championship, you look back. I just think it's a shared answer. I don't think there's one thing. But the unsung part of this is our staff. I don't think our staff gets enough credit. Kellen, from day one, has been an absolute stud. Alvin has a very understated way about him. That he goes about his business in a very professional way. Getting Quantas in here was important because he's such a great teacher, good on the floor, good recruiter. My office staff is outstanding. Got a great trainer, my strength coach, the best one I've had, and I've had NBA strength coaches. So I just think our program, we've got good people in good places that when these young men come into our program, they're going to be taken care of the right way. So it's a shared success, and it's also a shared program changers that I don't think you can put your finger on one.
You mentioned the future and how this could be the start of the future. And how important is it making the tournament for the start of that, and also with the Fertitta Center? We're about to go see it. How do you think that's been going?
That's important. God, you guys are on your game this morning. Timing. Can you imagine if we were our first year here out of the chute, if we'd have had that year this year? There's been a lot of excitement selling tickets with her. But now, our best recruiting class is coming in. We've had an outstanding recruiting class. We'll see how outstanding it is once they get here. But Dejan Giroux, Nate Hinton, Bryson Gresham, and Antoine Davis, excited about all four of those young men. And then you look, and we have a potential starting lineup coming back. Galen, Armani, Cedric Alley, Corey Davis, Fabian White, Breon Brady, Chris Harris. We've got a great nucleus coming back. We've got some really good kids coming in. This team made the NCAA tournament. We're ranked in the top 25, 15-0 at home. It's just been, check, 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 all the way up and down the board. And making the tournament was a big deal. I think we had to do that in order to get national credibility. You know, and people, when our name went on that board yesterday, when you saw that when you saw that U of H logo, there's not enough money in our marketing department of every program in this school to get that kind of national recognition. And we're one of 68 teams. So for an entire week, we get that, regardless of what happens Thursday. You can't take that away. So it's a great question, man. I mean, it really is. For this program going forward, we're there. We're on the map. Now we just have to continue to build on it, and it's fun. You know, it really is fun to build this. I look at this building that we're in. It's a blessing to have the administration we have. You know, and I said this from day one. When we get to where we're ranked, when we get an NCAA tournament, I'm going to turn around and give all the credit to our administration. And I start with President Couture. She saw this vision. She bought into it, and she gave us what we needed. And then Mac Rhodes, don't forget Mac. Hunter Yurchek, don't forget Hunter. Those guys said yes to the right things. And in talking with Chris Pesman, that guy's going to be great. He gets it. He understands athletics, and he understands what coaches and student athletes need to be successful. So we have all the pieces in place here to continue to build on Cougar basketball. We really do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I get the feeling that this is just the beginning.
I think so. I think so. I mean, we're, you know, our conference, you know, Wichita State starts 5 seniors. When you think about it, I have a lot of respect for Greg Marshall. This is kind of Wichita State's year. This will show you how far we've come. We beat them twice, and I'm saying that as a compliment to Wichita State. You can judge us by, hey, we beat one of the preseason top 10 teams in the country twice. You know, no matter what happens, you can't take what we built away. And you can't take our enthusiasm for the future away either. I mean, I'm really excited about what these kids accomplished, but those 4 seniors, Wes Van Beck, Rob Gray, Devin Davis, and Nurazana, each one of them individually have left their mark here. You know, there's going to be a banner right over there. Every day I walk in this gym, I look at that spot right beside 2010, knowing that that's going to have a banner that says 2018. Then I'm going to look at that spot beside 2018, and I'm going to think 2019, 2020, 2021. That's your goal. It should be every team's goal, is to get to the NCAA tournament, but it's not easy. It's hard to make that tournament. I look at all the teams that, you know, there's always an article about the teams that get snubbed. Look how good they are. Look at what great years they had, but they didn't get in. So it's a process, but you've got to get there to be there. So I'm excited to get here, and I'm excited to see if we can't keep building on this.
Kelvin,
Section is